It's been a profoundly challenging time, but it's also been a time when all the investment in relationship building and community building has paid dividends. Hand in Hand's foundation of mutual support means that we know how to respond during crisis. And here are some of the highlights from recent weeks when institutions across the country had to close. Schools were physically shut for 5 weeks, but educators still worked incredibly hard to teach remotely and keep students feeling connected. The kids wanted to thank them, and quite a few took part in projects like this one in Jerusalem. Students recorded videos and drew pictures thanking their teachers and shared dozens of beautiful messages like this one.
شكرا لكل المعلمات בגלל אתם אוהבים אותנו וגם מלמדים אותנו במלחמה, וזה ממש קשה לנו וקשה לכם, אבל תודה מאוד שאתם רוצים שנגדול ונחיה חיים ממש יפים.
Hand in Hand staff are known for going above and beyond, but there were some truly extraordinary moments during the war, like this team at Hand in Hand Kfar Saba who prepared and hand-delivered care packages to each member of the staff. Hand in Hand Galilee teachers, never to be outdone, took it a step further, bringing care packages to each of their 341 students. Children in the north of Israel have been particularly affected by the wars of the past few years, and getting a visit and a hug from their teacher during these terrifying weeks provided an incredibly fortifying boost. And of course, there were many, many, many online classes each day, along with special activities like in Wadi Ara, where the student government organized and ran a school-wide holiday quiz competition to prepare for Eid al-Fitr and Passover. And in Jerusalem, the principal also led a school-wide holiday quiz competition, which concluded with everybody turning on their microphones and singing the school anthem together. Yes, the famous one. The Communities Department staff quickly developed a whole new work plan once the war began, with everything from surveying families to find out what people needed, to programming for adults like film screenings and lectures, to arts and crafts and fun activities for kids. Our Jerusalem community organizer, herself a working artist, ran these wonderful stop-motion and digital animation workshops where kids learn new ways to bring their creations to life. And in Haifa, where students are still unable to fully attend school due to ongoing fighting across the northern border, the local community organizer has been arranging a series of meetups for families to get together in nearby parks for picnics and simple moments of sanity and connection. Once the Passover break ended, preschool teachers have even been gathering groups in museums and dance studios, and even children's homes, all places with easy access to shelters. The kids in the Jaffa community really enjoyed a special circus workshop. One mother poignantly noted during the juggling portion that it felt like a good metaphor for how we're all trying to get through these days. This year, we couldn't run community iftar gatherings, a much beloved major event in the Hand in Hand community calendar. But despite the hardship our families were going through themselves, several Hand in Hand communities still ran their annual Ramadan fundraising drive. And in Jerusalem, parents raised over 7,000 shekels that paid for hundreds of holiday food staple packages that were distributed to Jewish and Arab families in need. We even received this beautiful note of thanks from a young recipient. Lastly, the university student communities began their second semester of programming online. While sessions over Zoom can't compare to in-person meetings, facilitators adapted programming so participants could maintain their meaningful, yet still delicate bond during this hard and divisive time. But we're glad to end on a positive note, because on April 15th, one of the groups was able to meet again in person. One final note. When this latest war began, the wisteria vines on the Hand in Hand Jerusalem campus were still bare. But after 5.5 long weeks away, staff and students were welcomed back to campus by vines once again in full bloom.